I know, it comes as no surprise. But of course I've been crying. I have had a spiritual breakthrough. In as much as it really scares me to say this, I know I've said a lot of things out of hate, out of pain, out of trauma that I didn't necessarily mean. No, I meant it at the time, but it was never aligned with my soul. Let me clarify. So, one of my biggest struggles growing up was religious preferences. And for a long time, even talking to certain types of people would trigger me. And I say this as in like even a very recent time. So I've said before, I've grown up in Christian households. My mom is Catholic. My dad is some denomination, I don't know, of Christian. But I never felt accepted or understood in that religion. And don't get me wrong, I think that the character of Jesus is a nice guy. I think he's cool. I think that God is kind of a dick. But if my theory is correct, he's the same big alpha dog as the one that damn near every religion prays to, in a sense. Even the pagan religions. But the powerful thing about humans is their ability to create, whether they believe it or not. And I have met fake versions of God. And what I mean by this is I've met gods that people believe this entity would be a certain way, or act a certain way, or believe a certain thing just because it's their own personal preference. My personal opinion, you didn't ask, but here you are, is that there are no wrong answers. Sorry, my alarm went off. So, I knew that if TJ and I would have kids one day, I've always wanted to raise them to know as much about as many religions as they possibly could. That way they could make their own educated way of believing. And I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking a lot about it. And I know that I need to dive back deeper into my old religion in order to understand it so I can teach it better. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm giving up my beliefs. It means I am open to merging my beliefs. I am open to learning more. But I will never believe that there is only one way. Never. Just as my body is my temple, and I have to treat it with respect, meaning just because you're not allergic to cheese doesn't mean I'm not allergic to cheese. We all have different preferences. Our bodies, our souls need different things. And I think what hurt me the most about having conversations with Christians is the direct, you are wrong. Whenever the Jesus or the God that I was taught was the true God would have never told somebody that. They would have asked for more, asked for clarification, so they could better understand that person's way of thinking. And I don't want to put this out there to bash any religions, period. I don't want to talk shit about anybody at all. But I do hope that maybe one day we could all actually have a conversation without condemning somebody to hell or telling them that their opinions are wrong. After all, we aim here at Positively Kimberly for a world united. And that's not united under one opinion. Everybody's gonna have an opinion. Everybody has a place, and everybody can learn from everybody. So why do we want people to think just like us and tell them that they're wrong when they aren't, whenever they don't? Just thoughts.